This is AP 201 Lesson 3, and last lesson we went over some new chords, some new songs, Amazing Grace, Anointing, and He's an On-Time God. And in this lesson we're basically just going to take those songs and just add some cool fills, some cool runs, show you some neat stuff that you could do in there. We may not keep strictly to the chord sheet that you have in front of you, but we're going to be throwing in some pretty neat stuff. For the most part, we will be adhering to the chord sheet that you have provided in your lesson for you. Okay, so we have Amazing Grace. There's a couple of different ways you can play Amazing Grace. You can kind of play it a little bit more worshipful, contemporary style, if you will. You can also kind of throw it back and do a little bit of gospel, just Pentecostal style in there, and make it sound a little jazzy too. So there's a couple different ways you can play it. The first way we're just going to kind of play it just nice and easy going, more of a worshipful sound, something more like this. Alright, so a couple things here. What we basically just did is on that first chord, we did a little chromatic walk down. Okay, so we basically took C, we did a little walk up at the beginning, G, A, C, and a C2, and then we did this. Okay, so you're basically playing G and E, but you're kind of doing that little fill right there, and then back down. So you're doing, okay, or you can do it like this. You're basically just going C, B, down to B flat. Okay, a little chromatic walk down. C2 over E. If you want to make it a little exciting, do that E7 plus 5, E7 augmented. Okay, so. Okay, now one thing we can do a lot on our major nines. This is a little minor ninth or major ninth fill we do. And basically, you just take, for instance, we're playing an F major 9 here. Just take the root and the major 7th, and you can use these four notes as kind of a filler for pretty much any major 7th chord. So you have E, F, E, C, G. So your 1, your 7, your 5, and your 2. You know, you can do all kind of things with those, like on C major 9. Okay, you can do that. You've heard that famous little, I Can Only Imagine. Something like that. So you're basically just doing a fill with those notes. Whenever you have a major ninth, you can use these notes extensively. Also on minor ninths, like A minor 9. So you have those dissonant notes right there. You have B and you have C. Dissonance just basically means your two notes right next to each other, and it kind of sounds bad if you just play it by itself. And you have A minor 9, and you can just play that little run going down. Same one you'd use for C. It's B, C, B, G, D, B, C, B, G, D. Okay? So that's kind of what we're doing at the beginning there. That's a really neat fill you want to practice and put in your repertoire. For instance, D minor and F major would use the same one. So you have D minor 9. You're just using the same notes, E, F, E, C, G. Okay? That's a couple of fills to get you going there, so. Okay, now this little chord we've learned, B minor 11th. If you're big enough to do your hands are big enough to do the stretch, one trick you can use when you're doing this, B minor 11th. Alright, your next chord, all you've got to do is move these two fingers down here. Alright, to go to your next chord. Alright. Okay? Or you can just do it like this and just go down to B flat, using the same chords over here, D, G sharp, C and E, and then go to A minor 7. So there's a couple of cool things you can do there. Or, okay, and we'll be back here in just a minute to show you a couple of cool, more cool fills and runs you can do in Amazing Grace. Okay, so those are just some things that kind of get you going in Amazing Grace. A minute ago we learned the B minor 11 to this chord, okay, to A minor 7. Now one cool thing about the A minor 11th is that, remember, we can use that on any time there's an A minor chord, A minor 9, A minor 7, you can pretty much substitute that chord. Okay, so you went down to the A minor 9, A minor 11 there. This fill kind of goes along the same lines. You basically, an A minor 11 is basically G over A. So a lot of times what gospel players will do is just play a straight G over A on a minor chord. And then resolve it. It's a really pretty sound. So playing Amazing Grace. One thing we do there is just right before you go to the D9, just do a little walk up. A, B, C, D, E. If you get that down good, do this. B, C, B, A, B, C, D, E. Okay, so start over again. Okay, now one thing we do here that you can really throw into your playing, that D9 resolves to a D minor 9, and you can also, once you've switched it, okay, once you've switched it, you can change your left hand to play that D minor 9. And then your right hand, what it's going to do is basically just do a walk up of inversions, F, G, and then end it on a G. And you can do any different inversion style that you want to. You could do, you know, F, G, starting on that inversion, and then resolving like that, or you could go. And basically what your left hand is doing is just that D minor 9, F, A, C, E, and then resolving to a G9. Okay? So. Trying to slow it down there for you, sorry about that. So D9. Alright? Hope you got that there. That's a really neat one to add. Anytime you're going from that 2 to that 5, you can throw that in there. Okay, then you're going to just go back. Kind of the rest of the chords are pretty much the same what we went over. So those are a couple of cool fills you can use. Another really neat one I like a lot is I like passing chords. On your F major 9. So you're starting off. Basically doing is just D minor and C are passing chords, okay? So what you're basically doing is just coming down like that. You're doing D minor, C, D minor, C. Because your F major 9 is technically just a C over F. You take out the A. Okay, so you can use a little D minor, C, D minor, C. Anytime you have that C major chord, you can use D minor as a passing chord. So. we're doing is we're kind of using some jazz notes there. We're sliding off the D flat there, and then sliding off the A flat right there. Get carried away there. We better get to the rest of the songs. We'll be back in just a minute.